What's up, my friends? This is First Down Media, back with another one. So, Mary Kay just reported that Shedeur Sanders missed practice again, and it's not rest day stuff. He's been dealing with back spasms, something that's been bugging him for a while. Mary Kay also hinted there's a bit more behind the scenes, and trust me, it's worth paying attention to. We'll break it all down right here. So hit that like button, drop your thoughts below, and subscribe to First Down Media so you never miss the next update. Let's roll the video. Earlier today, head coach Kevin Stefanski made it official. He's stepping down from play calling duties and handing the reins over to offensive coordinator Tommy Rees. And honestly, that's something a lot of fans have been waiting for. Rees has been the mastermind behind some of the Browns' best offensive sparks, so this move could change everything. Meanwhile, Mary Kay just dropped another note. Shedeur Sanders didn't practice today. But don't panic just yet. It's not a major setback. He's still got time to get right before that big showdown with the New York Jets. In just a second, I'm gonna roll a clip where Mary Kay breaks it all down, and after that, I'll give you my full thoughts as we wrap this one up. Let's get into the video.
Browns back at it here on Monday out of the bye week, a bonus day, so they were on the practice field. And of course, the big news today, Kevin Stefanski has handed play calling over to Tommy Rees. So Mary Kay, the really big fix for this offense. I'm sure there will be some smaller things we'll notice as the week goes on and as they get into the game on Sunday against the Jets. But the big change is Tommy Rees will now be the play caller for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, and I really think that this was a great idea because there were not many other things that they could do to fix this offense, and they had to do something. They're 31st in the NFL. I think they're 30th in points scored per game, and they had to make some kind of a change. It wasn't going to be quarterback. There are no new receivers coming in here, and so they had to do something. And this gives them a fresh set of eyes. It gives them a former college offensive coordinator who's working with rookie quarterbacks in Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, and he brings that college vibe. So I think he'll bring something new, a different energy, and just a different vibe to the offense. And I just think it was definitely the way to go.
Yeah, Ash, I think that's the big thing is like you just had to do something. And aside from changing quarterbacks, which they're not going to do right now, giving things over to Tommy Rees was kind of that, hey, we got to do something. You can't stick with the status quo.
Yeah, it just seems to be the most accessible change that they can make coming out of the bye, where they don't need to add anything or make a big positional change. But look, you're trying something, and I think we were all on the same page with this idea when we potted last week. But for me, it's just this idea of, will it change everything? No, I don't think that's feasible, but it might provide something. I think it's kind of the same line I'm thinking of going from Joe Flacco to Dillon Gabriel. At that point, they needed a change. We're now to the point post-bye where they need some kind of spark.
Now, speaking of quarterback, and of course them not changing quarterbacks, we got to keep an eye on backup quarterback as we go into this week once again, because Shedeur Sanders was not back on the practice field. Of course, he was dealing with that back injury that kept him out of the New England game. So Mary Kay, we're keeping an eye on, will it be Shedeur Sanders as the backup? Will Bailey Zappi go again? Just monitoring that backup position.
That's right. He's making progress, and he's doing better, but he was not out there today. Again, this was an extra practice day, a little bonus day coming out of the bye. So he still has plenty of time to get ready to return to his QB2 role by the time that they go to New York and face the Jets on Sunday. But they also don't have to rush it because they have Bailey Zappi ready to stand in there, and he actually has a lot more experience than Shedeur Sanders. So it probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if Bailey had to remain QB2 for another week. So we'll have to see how that goes, but it was an interesting development today.
Yeah, just one of those things on the Monday after the bye week where we're standing out there actually saying, wait a second, where is Shedeur Sanders at?
Yeah, that's, I think, basically how it went down exactly, where you and I looked at each other, Dan, and I was like, I don't see number 12 out there, and you kind of confirmed what I was seeing. But look, this is obviously something we saw it heading into the New England game. Shedeur Sanders, his name alone continues to move the needle, and it's going to be something that people are interested in a game where, quite honestly, two teams with losing records right now, there's not, I don't think, going to be nationally a ton of intrigue, but Shedeur Sanders, there always will be.
So, you guys just heard it. Browns insiders dropped some fresh details about Shedeur Sanders' injury status and what it could mean for the rest of the season. And let's be real, things aren't looking too promising for Cleveland right now. The playoff hopes are slipping away, and honestly, I think a big part of that is the delay in turning to Shedeur Sanders. If they'd made that move earlier, they'd at least give themselves a real shot. But maybe that's the plan. Maybe they're not trying to win right now. You never know with this team, right? Still, let's keep it positive, because Tommy Rees stepping in for play calling brings a totally different vibe. Expect more college-style tempo, stretching the field, and less of those predictable 5-yard dump-offs. It's time to open it up. And if you're Dillon Gabriel, this is your moment, man. You've got the tools, you've got the arm. Now's the time to prove it. Show us why you're called the supercomputer. Let it fly downfield. As for Shedeur Sanders, he's been putting in quiet work, getting treatment, staying active, even popping up on Twitch during the bye week. Coach Prime himself confirmed he's focused and getting right. The back issue seems minor, but honestly, can you blame him for taking his time? No need to rush back just to throw checkdowns in Stefanski's old system. Now, with this new offensive shift, we might finally see things move quicker. And you can bet Shedeur's gonna be ready when his number's called. No question about that. So, get down in the comments, let me know how you feel about Mary Kay's update. I know some of y'all aren't her biggest fans, but hey, she's on the ground, she's consistent, and she's keeping us in the loop. Hit that like button, subscribe to First Down Media, and turn on the post notifications so you never miss another Browns update. Until next time, I'll catch you in the next video.